Okay, let's start with the little thing that I gave you a couple days ago that you were going to send in a video on. So it's definitely still send a video, but figure talk about this just to make sure certain things are understood because it is a bit of a weird thing going on here. Um, but figure you did so well with the other three. Let's just see how you do without any explanation. But now this is lesson day, so you're getting explanation. All right. So when I play something like this, actually, let me double check one of the other files that I gave you. Now that I'm thinking about it, let's see. Not that one. No. Okay. So basically, what's going on with the new one? It's like expanding on what was happening here. So basically, you have like your eighth note, the length of a quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, length of a quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, and then it just breaks away from that at the end. And when you're playing this, as you did in your video, you were going down, up, up, down, down, up, down. So you just continue to go down, up, down, up, down for that. And with this one, that's what you do the whole time. It's always going down, up, down, up, down. So one rhythm I give people that I didn't feel you needed, so we did something a bit different, but just that one right there, what this is based off of. And that would normally be in a 3/4 time signature. So just doing that, just like 1 and 3. So I would example progression. I can use the chords here. So if we would just go like 1 and 3, 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 1 and 3. So that's one rhythm I give people. What you have here is it's taking that strumming pattern, which is a 3/4 time signature strumming pattern, because again, you get your 1 and 3. So 3 beats, and you have a pattern that repeats every 3 beats. But so yeah, we got that 3/4 time signature strumming pattern continuing the entire time here. But because it's also in a 4/4 time signature, this is a polymeter. So we have a 3/4 time signature happening at the same time a 4/4 time signature is happening. So we see here that pattern happens 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So, and also now that I can explain this, I'm going to make a small change to how this looks. And this is also going to apply to some stuff we're going to be doing today for the new things. Okay, so the rhythm's the same. I didn't change the rhythm at all. What I changed is how it looks. So mathematically, it's the same. So it'd be a good idea to see both ways here, because most of the time when you see tabs online, books, magazines, whatever, you're going to see stuff like this a lot instead of the way it is up here. Sometimes you will see it like this. It kind of depends on the publication, or what, I can't think of the dang word. The publisher, there we go, the publisher. Because certain publishers have different rules, I've learned, where they want a specific view, or like how things are beamed together. So like when you have the 2 notes like this, that's beamed together. So those 2 eighth notes are beamed together. But anyway, especially with online tabs that are not done by a professional, people will just try and make it sound mathematically correct, or the rhythm correct, when you play it back in Guitar Pro or whatever. So they're not thinking of it in terms of, how do I make it easier to read by looking at it? So you see more stuff like this. So it sounds right, but it's not as easy to read, like sight read, as this stuff, I feel, because here, as we've gone over, you can see the downbeats and upbeats more easily. Here, that takes up the full beat, so that's just that quarter note. So let's compare this line to this line. So you got your eighth note, an eighth note tied to an eighth note, which is the length of a quarter note. Eighth note, quarter note, two eighth notes in a row, and because we are going across the bar line, we can't turn that into a quarter note, even though this is the length of a quarter note. Yeah, you can't, there's not enough room. So because we want this to ring out past the bar, we have to tie. We have to use the ties, okay? So yeah, we got basically the same thing here. So eighth note, and then an eighth note tied to an eighth note, eighth note tied to an eighth note, quarter note, quarter notes, eighth note, tied to an eighth note, which is the same length as the quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, eighth note, length of a quarter note, there's a quarter note, eighth note to quarter. So hopefully all that makes sense there. And when you're practicing this, yeah, you don't need to let that E5 ring out for 4 beats. Usually I just put it in like that because it's just easy to fill up the bar real fast. But yeah, when you're working it up, just hit that chord and move on. Hit the chord and move on. Don't wait for all 4 beats to go by, because we want to spend that time increasing the metronome, not waiting for the whole note to be done. Because you don't need to practice that. You can already do that easily. So anyway, yeah, back to the whole polymeter thing. So yeah, we have this the 3/4 strumming pattern happening 1, 2, 3, 4 times here, and then another 4 times. So basically this would be time number 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 8 times through. And so if you're counting this, I find it easier to just say a 3/4 count. You're just doing like the 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3 the whole time. And you just got to be careful of when you change the chords, because you definitely could say the rhythm exactly how it's written out, which would be 1 and 3, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, 2 and 4. But that's a lot more complicated than going 1 and 3, 1 and 3, 1 and 3. And we count these things in order to make our understanding of the rhythm better. So sometimes we want to do a little bit easier versions of a count to make it easier to play. So some people would just sing like a rhythm or do like a percussive thing, just go like da 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 da, and that's fine too. So yeah, but it's still good to understand how to read the rhythm in a more specific way, instead of just doing the singing idea. And that's why we have the 8th note count up there, so you can line it up within that grid. But anyway, let's demonstrate. So hopefully all that made sense. Of course, any questions that came up with that, let me know. I know I was kind of just going on and on there. All right. Okay. Count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 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 done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3, 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 done. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. lost count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. On to the newest stuff. All right, so this one, we have a different rhythm every bar. And for something like this, because every bar is different, practice counting the rhythm for each bar separately. So just work on strumming one bar until you got it, counting it, strumming it at the same time. And then you can work on 2 bars at a time, 3 bars at a time. So basically just ease your way into the whole thing for stuff like this. So a great thing to do is, get familiar with the chord progressions. You want to know where you're going to go. And then practice counting it with the metronome just to make sure you understand what the rhythm is. So bar 1, we'd have 1 and 4. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Bar number 2, we have 1, 2 and 1, 2 and 1, 2 and. Bar number 3, we'd have and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and. Bar number 4, and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and 3, 4 and the whole thing 1 and 4, 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 1 and 4, 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 240. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeats. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, number 2. All right, so this one is a polyrhythm. It's a polyrhythm because we have 2 chords evenly spaced across 3 beats. So polyrhythms really, I think it should be called a polytempo because you got multiple tempos going on at the same time. So the chord it has its own pace. Every chord is evenly spaced, so every chord is going to ring out a beat and a half. So the chord's hitting at one tempo, and then the metronome is clicking away at a different tempo. So you got those 2 things lining up. So you have this 3 with the 3 beats, and we're in a 3/4 time signature here. So you got your 3 beats, and then you also have your 2 chords spaced evenly. So you got this 3, well, I guess the chords would be like a 2 across 3, or a 2 against 3 is what usually people call it. I like to call it 2 across 3. I think it just makes more sense because you got the 2 things across 3. So you got the rhythm written out 2 different ways, and the top line is showing it with the tied notes when possible. So you have your quarter note tied to an eighth note. So we're coming in on, beat 1. And then we're playing again on the upbeat of 2, which is tied to the downbeat of 3. And that happens every single time. So quarter note tied to an eighth note tied to a quarter note. Playing on beat number 1, and then strumming again on the upbeat of 2. Down here, we are using dotted quarter notes. So whenever you dot something, you are extending the length of it by half. So half of a quarter note is an eighth note, so it's a quarter note plus an eighth note in length, so a beat and a half. So here we can see that a little more easily. This is like a cleaned up way of seeing it. So what I recommend doing is something called ghost strums, or at least that's what students have called it, so I just kind of went with it. Basically, you're going to miss hitting the strings in order to keep a good, accurate rhythm going. So whether you're hitting the strings or not, you're still going to move your hand down and up along with the downbeats and upbeats. So a couple ways you can count this. So we're going to strum down, miss the upstroke, miss the downstroke, and then hit again on the next upstroke. And then we miss a downstroke, miss an upstroke. So we're basically going like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, down. Of course, I'm tapping my foot the whole time there, just tut, 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 tut. And then you can also just count it closer to how it is. I wouldn't just say 1 and 1 and, at least not at the slow speed. When it gets going faster, it's easier to do. The slow speed is just to make sure you're on track with everything. Something more like 1, 2, and 3, 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 boom. So saying more than what you play on something like this can be very helpful because of how spaced out everything is. You just got to make sure that you're only strumming when you're supposed to strum. So yeah, we've talked about only saying what you play, and for the previous things, yes, that makes a lot of sense because we got a lot of things happening. But here, you got so much space in between the chords, saying like the downbeat numbers can be very helpful to make sure you're spacing everything well. So, let's play this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, done. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 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 3, 1, 2 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And just to make it more clear, let me turn on 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Repeat, and just twice through on this one, not 4 times, just twice through. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, number 3. So, we have a combo of a polymeter and polyrhythm. Polytastic. So, we're taking this and keeping that going here. So, every 3 beats, that pattern will begin again. Now down here, we are using as many dotted quarter notes as possible, just so you can get used to seeing the 2 ways. So, just like this one, where I talk about counting it as a 3/4 time signature the whole time to make it easier to count it, we're going to do the same thing here. So, and beyond that, or after that, when you get going fast, or at least when I get going fast with this, when I'm locked into the strumming pattern, I just count how many times I've played the chord, and that helps me keep track of where I'm at in something like this. So at the slow speeds, counting it as like the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, still a good idea. Or doing it like the 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. That works as well. But as I get going faster, I'm just going to be counting how many times I've played the chord. And that's it. So I'm going to put this on a 4/4 accent. Whoop, hit the wrong button. Hold on. There we go. Count off 4, and then I'm going to play it or count it like it's a 3/4, even though we're in the 4/4. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 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 done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. With the repeat, so just twice through, not 4 times, just 2 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, so those are the new rhythms, and next thing to do with the scale stuff. So I looked in your folder. I didn't see this, so I don't think I gave this to you. If I did, let me know. So you had all the individual shapes memorized. So the next step is to memorize it going a different way. So basically, we're going up 1, and then down the next. Up the next. Down the next. Up the next. Down the next. Up the next. Down the next. One of these of it there to that C note. And yeah, whenever you got that memorized, you go ahead and send a video playing it if you like, and then we can move on to the next thing sooner. So yeah, no speed, no metronome is necessary with this one. You can definitely do it if you'd like, but the goal here is just memorization. And then yeah, so for all the other new rhythms, just like last time, if you reach 240 early, go ahead and make a video demonstrating that, send it over, just make sure everything's going okay, and yeah, we'll move on earlier. And if you don't reach 240, no big deal. We'll just check things out when we meet up again next week. All right, any questions come up, let me know, and I will see you again next week.